Hey, good morning. How are you guys doing today? I hope amazing. So we're back and we're going to be working on revising chapter 6. So far, we're kicking butt, flipping right through this crap. Of course, the program I'm using is Novel Crafter. Barely awake. It's, of course, 5 a.m., as you guys can see. And so, as I start waking up and get coffee in me, we'll start kicking a little bit of butt. Hold on one second. I'm going to get chat up so I can see what's going on real quick. I hope you guys are having a great morning. Ooh, starting off a little loud. Boom. Got it. Okay, so we have chat up. That's always a good sign. So, as I said, good morning. Hope you guys are doing awesome. I'm freaking kicking some butt today. Um, we are flying right through this book. We got chapter 5 done yesterday, and so we're going to go straight to right. I'm waiting for the actual chat thing to pop up. There it is. Okay. And yet somehow we're still having a struggle on that. Okay, I got it actually now. Sorry about that. Having technical difficulties, I guess, is what we'd say about that. There, we've accomplished it. Okay, so we got through 5 already yesterday. That was awesome. Whoa, a little bit wild there. We just need to go back to 6. I don't know how long this will take. I don't remember how well we wrote 6. It was literally months ago since I've seen this. And so, we'll get along with this. Okay, the ride home was silent as I sat. The ride home was silent as I sat trying to. Oh, you know what? That's bad. The ride home was silent as I sat trying what little connection had been already established. Okay, watch this. The ride home was silent as I sat. Okay, I'm trying to figure out the fix for this. What am I trying to say here? Establish. Oh, let's switch this out. Hold on. The ride home was silent as I sat there establishing a diagnostic system to monitor. Okay, boom. Maybe we've got it fixed. Let's see. The ride home was silent as I sat there establishing. The ride home was silent as I sat there establishing a diagnostic system to monitor the progress being made by the nanites. The AI had already used some of the nanites to develop a neural net system and was running interface connections to my nervous system. I wondered how long it would take before I had more access to the information on the AI. I even wondered which friends I would be able to trust with the opportunity I had been given. After arriving back at my building, Salvador and Trag came up to my quarters for a few minutes so that they could make sure I was settled in. Do we want so that they could make sure that I was settled in, or to make sure that I was settled in? After making sure I was comfortable, we popped some bliss, then sat visiting about what a great opportunity we all had been handed. As soon as Salvador and Trag left, I drifted off to deep sleep. When I finally started to come to, it had been over 20 hours since Salvador and Trag had left. I quickly got some food to quiet the anger coming from my stomach and think over what I would talk or who I would talk to. I knew who would be the first person for something like this. Oren. Oren had combat experience and had been friends with Zach and I since we arrived. Oh, so you know what? We can't do that. Yeah, no, we can. Except I think I established that oh, you know what? We're good. I'll have to really think about when the timeline I established for him knowing Zach and stuff. Make sure I don't screw it up somehow. I'll read back through all the Zach and Sarah parts and shit like that so that we can fix it. Orion had combat experience and had been friends with Zach and I since we arrived on Doria Space Station more than 8 years ago. He was always looking to get high and usually broke. Oren had been that way since he finished his service in the Confederation of Planets ground assault forces. I headed across the station to the section Oren lived in, trying to decide how much I would tell him. He lived in one of the worst parts of Dorias. I arrived and knocked on the door of his living quarters. I could hear shuffling going on before a shout of "Who is it?" from Oren. I could hear the sound of commotion coming from within. It was the sound of panic, or someone inside. As someone inside was stashing whatever they had been doing. I said, "It's me, Sam," then stood listening as the sounds from the commotion stopped from within, as someone approached the door to answer it. The door opened and I noticed Brandon and Zach standing there. I could tell they had been the ones panicking, panicking to stash stuff. Do I like that? The door opened and I noticed Brandon and Zach standing there. I could tell that they had been the ones panicking to stash stuff. Oren said, "Hey man, glad to see you. Come in," as he motioned me to the couch. That's Coach. Hold on. I gotta check this. Couch and love seat. Oh no, that's Couch. I apologize. My bad. Why did I think that was Coach? Man, I really need to wake up more. My brain's sending words in the wrong place and crap. That's okay. We'll move on. Now I gotta figure out where I was. I could hear sounds. Sam, okay, standing there. I could tell that they had been the ones panicking to stash stuff. Oren said, "Hey man, glad to see you. Come in," as he motioned me over to the couch to sit. Zach said, "Hey Sam, I didn't know it was you. We were just sitting here. I was sharing some of that amper you hooked me up with and telling them about your crazy story." Okay, we could leave it like that. "Hey Sam, I didn't know it was you. We were just sitting here." Period. Okay, Brandon asked, "Have you been able to pull more?" Wait, is Brandon here too? Oh, okay, Brandon is here. Why didn't I really didn't even notice that? Holy crap! Brandon asked, "Have you been able to pull more data from that AI yet? And do you think that job you did will give you any context you can use to get more work?" Oh, I hate that. Have you been able to pull more data from that AI yet? Okay, there's a way to do this. Okay. Okay, let's change this. Do you think that the job you did? Mm, let's not. Let's just do this. Watch this. We're gonna just straight finish it off like that. I don't think we need that other crap in there at all. Just for the record, and that's just my thoughts on it because I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't feel we needed it though. Let's figure out where we are. Brandon always wanted to know details of some kind. He had published multiple books between his adventures and was a minor celebrity on Dorius. I replied, It was interesting and honestly a little scary. I was not totally sure what I was getting myself into. Brandon. Okay. Have you been able to pull more data from that AI yet? And how exactly did you get yourself into this situation? Brandon always wanted to know details of some kind. He had published multiple books between his adventures and was a minor celebrity on Dorius. I replied, It was interesting and honestly a little scary. I was not totally sure what I was getting myself into. Brandon sighed before saying, Well, I wish I had anything like that going on right now. I'm completely bored and uninspired. Oren opened the door, and on the dresser, wait, Oren opened the door. Okay. Okay, we're going to change dresser. Pulled. That looks wrong. Why does that look? Dresser drawer? Okay. We didn't need that. Double checking it. If you don't commonly spell words, sometimes they catch you. You know what I mean? And obviously, that I don't know what the heck that is. POLLD. That is an actual word. Let's check that. What is the word? Oh, pulled. Okay, lacking horns, either naturally or because they have been removed. Okay, good to know. Never used that, but. Okay. Orion pulled open the dresser drawer and got out what I would guess they had stashed during the commotion. There it was, a tray of amber injections and bliss capsules. Orion laughed as he asked, "Want a little something to kick off your day? We have been visiting and getting ready to do a little working out." I had done a good amount of bliss before heading over, so I told him no thanks. I'm already pretty good at this point. "I came over to ask you about something. I was offered an opportunity and thought you might want to be involved." Orion sat down, prepping the amber injection as he asked, "What kind of opportunity?" "Well, it could be an opportunity for all of us, to be honest. The guy from Vamertech, wants me to go with them in case they need some help on anything. Salvador and Trag are also going, but they asked if I might know anyone who wants to come, just as some extra muscle to discourage any ideas of screwing us over." "Not smooth, but we'll take it." Zach smiled before saying, "Well, you can count on me. If it's going to pay well." Okay, "Well, you can count on me if it's going to pay well." Okay. We'll leave that like that. Sarah and I have been working our butts off and still have nowhere near, okay, and still have nowhere near the amount of credits we would need to get married. I told them, well, Salvador and Trags said we would be paid well, as in very well, enough to possibly be rich. Enough to be possibly rich. Okay. Enough to possibly be set for life. Orion said, "I can go. I need the money, and honestly, I just want to I want enough to get off this station. Plus, you will need me to watch your back." Okay, do we like that? "I can go. I need the money. And honestly, I just want enough to get off this station. Plus, you will need me to watch your back." Yeah, we'll leave that ish. Not loving it, but okay. Orion said, "I can go." Da, da, da. Bren stood quickly, as if he was worried he would be left out, saying, "I want to go. I could use the money, but also I have been bored to death." I'm not really a million percent on that. I was relieved it was coming together so easily. I had worried no one would be willing to join me, but this was going well. Orion asked, "Do you need anyone else? Because I know Blake and his brother Toby could use the money, and I would feel a little better with more people we could trust." The idea was a solid one. I didn't know Blake and Toby well, but I did know them, and they were not only smart overall, but known to be trustworthy. I did not know. Okay, let's read this. I'm sorry about that. Okay, I did not know Blake and Toby well. Okay, I did not know Blake and Toby to the level. Okay, dun, dun, dun. The idea was a solid one. Period. The idea was a solid one. I did not know Blake and Toby to the level Ryan did, but I did know them. Comma. No, but I did know them, and they were not only smart. Okay, but I did know they were not only smart overall, but also trustworthy. I said yes, see if they want to come too. The more people we can trust, the safer we will all be. Okay, the safer it will be for all of us. Salvador and Trag said they would handle getting weapons for us. I will let them know I managed to find the people they were asking for and message you with the details. What is this? What is this crap? Boom, boom. We sat for a little while as we all did a little of the Amper and Bliss. And then they laid out on the okay, blah, blah, blah. I don't believe I need this crap. Okay, we sat for a little while as we all did a little. We all sat for a little while as we all did. We sat for a little while as we all did a little. I'm using. I'm not really liking it. Okay, I decided to stay for a bit and get a workout while making small talk. Okay, let's see that. I decided to stay for a bit and get a workout when we made small talk about what we would do with our newfound success before I left to go finalize plans. Hey, good morning, man. How you doing? I hope you're having a great one, Avalonis, kicking butt. I'm actually just about to wrap this up. It's actually only taken about 30 minutes per revision through at this point. As soon as I revise all the way through this entire book, I'm going to hand it off to some people. Midnight Bacon, I hope you're having a great day. Um, Honestly, this went super smooth this morning. I mean, like, it's not the best sounding chapter in here. So, chapter 6 is a little weak sounding. I'll probably adjust it after, honestly. It'll probably get hit again. I'll have to relook at chapter 6 later today. But I think I have it mostly where I want it. Look at this crap. We have literally got one book done. You guys want to skip all the way to the end? Boom. That could be a spoiler alert from hell. So we've got a book done. That's always good. Now all we got to do is get through this thing, finish the stuff up. All the way to chapter 6. I think we only have 28 chapters or something like this to this book. And so, in all honesty, we're flying through it. Like flying through it. I have got to check out the new update for Entropy. I actually haven't seen it this morning yet. So as soon as I get off this, I'll probably jump on Entropy. I'll check that out, just to be honest. Hey, I do want to thank you guys for hanging out this morning, being epic, and, well, just being epic in general. Tomorrow, of course, I'll be back. We'll do chapter 7. I do plan on finishing this entire book by, well, and we'll actually publish it on stream. It'll be great. So after that, we're going to make up a new book as a break from this one, just so you guys know. I have an idea for a fun book, especially to write, but to brainstorm also. It's a satirical book, and so it's basically mockery. I think it'll be super fun. It'll give us a break from the sci-fi stuff. Hopefully, it'll give me a little bit more writing skill before I return back to write book 2 of this. Outside of that, you guys, man, you guys are awesome. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week and very much peace and best wishes.